Hey everybody, welcome. Welcome back, y'all. We are back. Hey. How was y'all's week? How was your weekend? We know it's Wednesday, y'all, but we normally come back in on Monday. But we were, just still kind of getting back into it, feeling our way back, jet lag. You know how that goes when you travel, people. Welcome. We are BCHG, Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits. And ladies, we are the black coffee. Our lips drip with honey, and sometimes we got a little bit of grit. We've got Sass Class and all that ass, y'all. And we want to tell you how our week went. There's going to be a little sassiness going on, a little classiness all the time, and other little things in between. So let's catch up. Y'all, how's it going? Say who you are, where you from, all that good stuff.
Okay, I'll jump on this one. I'm Coach Carmelle. I am out of the New York City area. I'm working with folks who have come to realize that they have a food and sugar addiction, but I'm here to encourage everybody to add more plants to your plate. I'm going to throw it over to you, Maisha.
Hello, everyone. My name is Maisha. I'm also known online as Debbie Maisha, and I'm a sensuality coach. But we can just get into it. I don't want to do the long spiel right now.
Okay, y'all. Y'all know who I am. I'm Dr. Jemecia, the nurse practitioner extraordinaire. I'm also your intermittent fasting and mindset coach, YouTube influencer, speaker, author, all the things. And I am a member of Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits. So we're going to jump right in. We had some excellent time off, much needed time off. Carmelle, you're still sounding a little bit under the weather there, but I know it's because you had so much fun where you were. So let's get into it. Let's start with you, Maisha. How was your week? What you up to?
My week so far has been good. It's been recovering from a retreat that I taught at in Arizona, the Sensually Empowered Women's Retreat, started by Tressa Simmons. This was the third year doing it. This is my third year being a part of it. And it's a great opportunity for women to come. It's a spiritual retreat, it's a healing retreat. It's a way for women to get back in touch with their bodies, with their voices, to own their power. It was just amazing. Boudoir shots are included for the women who come to the retreat. We've got goodie bags, gift bags. I always come back with gifts that Tressa and her daughter, Tressa's daughters create for us. So I have those. And I loved meeting some of the facilitators. I've known, well, one of them I've spoken at her events before. The other one I'd never met, but we do similar work. She does yoni steaming and womb health work. So we really got a chance to speak with the women. It was powerful. There were tears shed. There were epiphanies. There was nude sunbathing. There was sex magic rituals outside. There was a shaman who came and did clearings and cleansings for us. It was just amazing. So that's what I was doing from traveling Wednesday through Sunday. And then it always takes me a minute whenever I travel from west to east. It takes me at least 2 days to recover from travel whenever I go to Arizona. And this one was no exception. I had been up Sunday since 8 a.m. Eastern, because I woke up at 5 a.m. over there. I'm still on Eastern time.
Yeah.
So I woke up, let's say 8 a.m. Eastern, was up all day. My plane didn't board or take off until 3:30 a.m. Monday. And then I got back home 11:30 a.m. on Monday. So I was conked Monday and Tuesday, and I'm just now feeling normal today. So, but it was an amazing event. Everyone should come to the Sensually Empowered Retreat.
You mentioned something. You said yoni steam. What exactly is the benefit of something like that? And what is a yoni steam for the ladies out here who don't know? Because we got a lot of ladies out here listening to us who don't even touch their breasts now or know what their vaginas look like. So what's a yoni?
That's right. And I have to remember that. And when I go to places and spaces like that, I am reminded that there are a lot of women who aren't in touch with their bodies or emotions at all. So yoni is the Sanskrit word for your vulva, your vagina. It means sacred garden, and it's a term that we use in the sacred sexuality community. And what a yoni steam does, it's So you would sit on a pot. Generally, they are made out of wood. Please don't use plastic. That defeats the whole entire purpose. So the pot is made out of wood, and this is ancient. This is something our ancestors did. It's not new, but it's coming back to us. The pot is wood. You heat up the water. You place the water inside of the what we call the pot. It's a wooden chair, and you put the herbs inside of the water, and the steam comes up. And you're sitting there with no underwear on, a blanket wrapped around you, kind of like if you wanted to if your nose was stuffy and you were, leaning over a pot with a towel over your head. Same exact concept, except for just as herbs are healing if you drink them in a tea, herbs are healing when they're absorbed through the skin. So yoni steams can help shrink fibroids, work with PCOS, assist with menstrual cramps, and just a general spiritual cleanse, if you will, of the vaginal canal and the vulva. So there's a lot to womb health and womb healing, and how when that's in order, the rest of us is actually in order. So that's what one of the facilitators does. She trains people to be womb health, womb wellness practitioners.
Okay, that is amazing. So just so that you can get kind of a correlation for the people out there who are listening, the mucosa in the vaginal area is very much like the mucosa in the upper respiratory area. And so when you are steaming in that area or getting any type of absorption in that area, it's very quick. It's very quick and it's very efficient. So just so you know.
All the more reason to make sure that you are seeing a womb wellness practitioner, because the wrong herbs in the wrong combination and with the wrong woman will not give you the results that you want. You don't just take any herbs and stick them in the water.
Right. Absolutely.
Is there a set of herbs that's more kind of like the basics, or is every woman an individual where there is no such thing as a basic?
There is a basic, and every woman is individual. So yeah, there is like a basic cleanse that women can use, right? But again, keeping in mind health issues and where you are in your cycle, whether or not you have high blood pressure or not, because when you steam, it will increase the blood flow to the area. But one herb that I recommend to a lot of women, I'm not a womb wellness practitioner, but red raspberry leaf is always amazing for women to drink. If it's like a tonic for the uterus, really helps the uterus to be strong. So that's one that I recommend, but there are others that, women should stay away from. But yeah, there's a general basic like pack, if you will, that a woman can get. Please don't buy it on Amazon, but there's a general basic pack of herbs that women can get that will help to just relax the area. And it's also a time to just be with yourself. Yeah. Well, we didn't do any yoni steaming while we were there, but we did do yoni sunbathing. Some of the women, we went out because I was like, look, I'm going outside. I'm gonna do a sex magic ritual outside. I want to let y'all know in case y'all come up there and you see me doing what I do. But then someone was like, well, can I come too? And I was like, absolutely, you can. But for some women, and I told them, look, you don't have to do what I'm doing, but just be out there with your own self. Some women had never felt sun between their legs before. I remember the first time I did.
I don't think either.
Yeah, just nothing on and just letting the sun shine on you. It is the most amazing feeling. One of the women was like, she's in her later 50s, early 60s. She's like, I've never done this before. She's like, it was like, I was like, it's like a buzzing, right? She's like, yes. It was like buzzing. Like, zzz. I was like, I know. It just feels
the energy of the sun.
Yes. So if you get a chance to go to like a nude beach or something, or if you can go to somewhere where you have, where you're secluded, please get some sun between your legs.
Okay. And you were in Arizona, close
I
to
was.
the sun. Okay.
It was 102 when I got off the plane. Woo. Yeah. Yeah. And I got to swim naked. So I was excited. I got to do a lot of nude things. I was very happy.
So at the retreat, they had a pool and everything?
We did, yeah. It was an Airbnb that was
Yeah.
rented, so the property was pretty closed off,
Secluded.
and we had it. Yeah, we had the whole entire place to ourselves. So
Oh,
How many
nice.
women?
there were, not counting the facilitators, I think there were 12. There were 12 women.
That's a
It was
nice
hard.
amount of people.
Yeah, and they
Mhm.
ranged in age from late 20s to 80s. We had a woman who was or 70s. There was a woman who was in her 70s or 80s who came out, who this was completely new to her. Many of these women have spent the majority of their life in the church. And that's also Tress's background. And many of these women have left the church. It just didn't serve them. So they had a lot to talk about in terms of religion and cultural and societal restrictions that they felt as Black women, and how that prevented them from having orgasm, from speaking up for themselves in work and with family. It was really powerful to see the women release some things. One woman wasn't going to do the boudoir shoot. She just, she's a mom. She's got twin
Mhm.
girls and she's a wife. And she forgot about being a woman, and she finally did agree to do it for herself. And her pictures, I mean, just watching her in the water take her photos was absolutely stunning. She's gonna love them when
Oh,
she gets them. So yeah, it was great.
that's
Wow, that
beautiful.
sounds amazing.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Maisha,
Thanks.
so what did you teach at this event? What was your
I
role?
taught, yeah, I taught a workshop on, and none of our workshops had titles. I taught a workshop. I was the first workshop, and so I thought it would be good to do something to help the women get comfortable and get in their bodies, because you're coming to this retreat. You don't. Some of the women knew each other, some didn't. Not most of them. Some of them didn't know what to expect. It was their first time doing something like this. So my workshop was around flowing through the emotions, and I went through a process of having them create shapes of that. What would fear look like? What would anger look like? What would sadness or joy look like? And have them create that shape or look with their body to start to feel what that might feel like, because we hold so much in. And then we went through the same exercise, and I chose songs where they danced, and it was how would your body want to express this emotion? How would it want anger to come out? How would it want fear to come out? How would it want sensuality to come out? So that's the exercise that we did. A lot came up for many of the women who were told to be quiet, sit down, you're too much, you're too
Mhm.
loud, all of those things that they still carried with them, that kept them small. And we did a release exercise where I had them open up their mouth and say the note that their body wanted to say. And lots of tears with that one, actually, interestingly
Mhm.
enough. But I love doing that type of work with them. So it helped them to feel a little bit more grounded in their bodies. Thanks. I forgot to tell y'all what I did.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
It does.
All
Thanks.
right. Thank you
Thanks.
for catching us up, Maisha.
Yeah. Come on. All
Well,
right. Who's next? Yes.
Carmel, do you want to go next? Or you want me to go next?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I also did a workshop. I did a workshop at Hampton University, and it's very similar to you, Maisha. 14 women showed up for the workshop. It was, I think, my youngest was 65 and my oldest was 84. And well, there was another girl in there that was, I think she was 33 or so, but she was just stopping in to help me with, my projection, my like visuals. And then there was myself. But mine, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I did Knowing the Signs of Breast Cancer. And then I focused on elderly women over the age of 50. And then I narrowed it down even further for Black women. And I talked about what we eat and how we eat to try to decrease the chance of developing breast cancer, the things that we can do. I also literally just taught them the different types of breast cancer, the different type of research that's surrounding breast cancer right now, and talked about self breast exams and what to do if they just didn't want to do self breast exams, how they could still find lumps or abnormalities without touching their breast, because some of them of that age do not touch their breast, do not feel like, they don't feel comfortable touching their breast. They feel uncomfortable, and were able to verbalize to me that, I've felt uncomfortable for a long time, until I got a scare, or just opening up to me about being comfortable even talking about their breast and breast cancer, or getting tested, and why they feel like more, we actually, Black women have a lower incidence of breast cancer, but our survival rate is less, right? We don't want to talk about it, because sometimes we feel like if we say it, it puts it in the air, and then it makes it real. And by not saying it, it's not real, and we can ignore it. And so that's why sometimes Black women die from breast cancer when we could have easily taken care of it. We are afraid to talk about it. And of course, society, and of course, doctors don't take us serious. And of course, we don't have great health care. And of course, we only have 15 minutes with a medical provider, right? So we don't get everything out that we want to talk about. And sometimes our insurance is just not good. And sometimes we can't get the ultrasound, or we can't get the whatever we need next. So we talked about all of that, and I was able to just tell them that we're just real women today having a real conversation about breast cancer, and they thought it was really cool that we meet here with Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits, and we do that, and we talk about topics that matter to us as Black and brown women. So I had a great time with that. I also talked about some of the less obvious signs that you may have something going on with your breast. So we talked about, of course, the nipple discharge, the inversion of the nipple where it wasn't inverted before. We talked about the breast looking like an orange peel, which it wasn't looking like that before. Pain in the breast, discharge that's black, brown, red, whatever, just all of a sudden you're having discharge and you shouldn't be because you're not lactating. So stuff like that. We were able to do that. So it was really, really nice. It was beautiful. They loved it. I loved them. We took pictures. It was a couple tears in the audience, and a lot of laughter. We had some fun. I made it fun, and just a good educational moment. And I loved it. It was great. So that's what I did, and it was fun.
Was
Well,
it
before
also,
go ahead.
sorry, I was wondering if it was a weekend event or just one day event, or
It was one day. They've been having me come speak to them about various topics. Last month, I did prostate awareness, knowing the signs of prostate cancer or any type of prostate issue. So I did that last month because of what was going on, and I did this month. So it was a part 1 and 2. So this was part 2 of the series, and some of the ladies that were at the first one came to this one. So it was just half a day.
I'm curious, were
And
there
then,
any men there?
huh?
I'm curious, were there any men there?
No, not a one. Not at this, but at the prostate one, there was women there and men. So,
Yeah, that's why I was curious. Okay, yeah.
not a
It
one.
makes
Yeah,
it makes sense, the women trying to take care of their men, but the men not showing. It's not showing
Yeah.
up for
Yeah.
various reasons, but just
Yeah, but men can also get breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
I have a man that I'm taking care of right now with breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They absolutely can. Just Maisha says hello, by the way. Just want to let
Hey,
y'all know over on
Maria.
Instagram. I'm curious, and I know more happened on your weekend, so you can tell us about that. But I'm curious as to, I'm always interested when women say they're uncomfortable touching their bodies, if they say why that is. Like, I mean, it's your breasts, but what is it about that makes them uncomfortable? Do they say?
I when she actually came out and said in front of the group, because I mentioned, I said, hey, I know you're all doing self breast exams every month. I know you are, but there are a group of women who don't want to touch their breasts, nor do they want to see their vaginas, nor do they want to have any intimate connection with their bodies. And sometimes that can be detrimental to our health because we're not touching our breast. We're not doing self breast exams because for whatever reason, we are taught that our body is not our own, whether that's directly or indirectly. And we just are not connected in that way to our bodies. So we don't touch ourselves. And she raised her hand and she was like, I used to be like that for many, many years. She said, I just felt weird. I just felt weird until I got a scare.
Yeah.
So, and there was a lot of nodding.
Mm.
She was the only one who said, hey, I want to say this out loud so other people can hear me. And I told her, I said, she's not alone. I said, as a matter of fact, you're probably in the majority and not the minority.
Yeah.
And so when I said that, I know all of you are doing self breast exams. A lot of them were like, right? So,
to I was gonna say real quick to Carmelle's point. There's a woman that I know. She's a nurse oncologist. I'm not sure titles, but I saw an ad on LinkedIn where they're encouraging men to be more involved, not just for the women in their lives, but also because men have breast cancer too. And there was an ad that they put together with the Black Man Can and some other organizations where the husband is the one learning about breast cancer and he's the one who finds the lump and goes to the doctor, with his wife and takes care of her. So hopefully the goal is that more men will become more aware, not only for the women in their lives, but for men as well with breast cancer.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I did tell the women in the room. I said, I don't care that you're not touching your breast or examining your breast. Have someone do it. If you cannot, have your husband or your partner check your breasts for you every month. Stand in front of a mirror, cover your eyes, whatever makes you comfortable. Let him go at it. And I showed them how to do that. And so I just told them I didn't care. Somebody needs to be filling their breast up. I didn't care who's doing it, whether it's them, their guy, whomever, but they need to get it done. So, just to give them other ideas, because oftentimes it is the partner who finds the lump.
By the way, Mary Kim says, loving the convo as always.
Hey, Mary Kim.
All right. What else happened during your weekend? Because you had a really nice picture.
Yeah. So I went to a Roaring 20s wedding for my Boo Bears. I've had something every weekend, so I'm hoping you're talking about that picture. But
I think that one was last weekend. There was something else happening this past weekend. You could talk about that one, but
okay. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. So for my Boo Bears, one of his good friends got married, and their theme was the Roaring 20s.
That's
so I went to that. And then this weekend I went to a gala for Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So I had several events going on, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, so much fun.
Yes, I've been having a very full life, ladies. Very full.
I see.
Yeah.
As you should, and you deserve it.
Yes, yes.
We all deserve the excursions.
Yes.
So this past weekend, I went to the Haitian Ladies Weekend.
Yes.
And so now this weekend, it's only been going on for a few years. However, Haitian Ladies Network had started maybe some 19 years ago with half a dozen women who just did breakfast. Sound familiar? And every year they got together and had breakfast until the network just grew and grew and grew. 19 years later, over 400 women are attending an entire weekend.
Wow.
And the weekend starts on Friday. So they give us a light breakfast. They serve us lunch on Saturday, and then the main brunch is on Sunday. So some people buy tickets for the entire weekend. Some people just buy tickets for the brunch because that's where the main event is. And what's beautiful about this weekend is, yeah, not only are we all Haitian and spread out, from the diaspora. So last year, the yoga teacher was from Germany, right? A Haitian woman from Germany. Like there's Haitian women in UK, Canada. The MC of the whole event was a Canadian Haitian woman, and they come straight from Haiti as well. Of course, they're from New York. We had a large gathering of New Yorkers this year. And what's amazing about them is there's so many women who are just rocking it in their industry. Like they're really, really doing amazing things. And the whole weekend gives back so much to Haiti, where the MC on the stage, the guest speakers, the main speakers, the keynote speakers, they're all invested in some way, shape, or form in Haiti. Right now, there's a big garbage problem, and they're trying to come up with concepts and ideas of how they could get the community involved, to get the whole government involved, and to get help, and also trying to compost and upcycle and recycle and things of that nature. So that's the beauty of it. Everything is about giving back. It's not just about a bunch of women say, oh yeah, we're from Haiti too. And it was just amazing. And one of the guest speakers was the Haitian Italian designer that designed the Haitian uniform for the Paris Olympics to represent the Haitians that were participating in the Paris Olympics. And she was there, and she kept it real. She was like, I never wanted to embrace my Haitian heritage. And she wanted to get away from her mother, who was a Haitian. Her mother was Haitian. She wanted to get away from her mother as soon as possible. So 18 years old in a day, she was out. And she's been living in Italy, where she learned how to express both sides of her heritage through her designs. So she's a fashion designer. She really blew up. They called her. They said, we want you to do the uniform, the Haitian uniform for the Paris Olympics. But even before that, as she was embracing her art and her technique as a designer, she was able to mesh the two creative sides.
Oh
I
no. We lost Carmelle.
mean, I'm sitting here like enthralled in the
Me
story.
too.
Like,
Oh no. Hopefully she'll get back in, you guys.
she'll come back.
Yeah,
She'll
I'm sure
come
she
back
had an
shortly.
amazing weekend. I wanted to find out, where was this located, and what okay, there she is.
This was in Washington, D.C., and it's always been in D.C., which is fun. So we stayed a block away from the White House. In fact, when we were checking into the hotel, we were like, do we have nice views? And she was like, in this hotel, you're not going to get any views because we're way too close to the White House. That was really, really interesting to hear. You don't think about things like that, but it made sense. It's a wonderful feeling to hear women have deep conversations about intimacy, illness, events, and whatever else that makes them take the next steps in their lives. Yes, thank you, Raider Still fan. So she was amazing. And I appreciated the fact that she was on stage. She was like, I didn't want to embrace my Haitian heritage, but it called to her. Also, hey sis, who the actress that was on stage, what's her name?
Gabrielle Bouvet. I saw your video.
Yeah.
She was in the Jamie Foxx show.
Yes. Garcelle.
Garcelle, thank you.
Garcelle. Well, you remembered more than me. Garcelle. She was amazing. She just had a message for us, and it was pretty fantastic. But there was a Haitian market there. They had brunch. They had Haitian heritage dancing with the drums. We had, again, a yoga session, and it was amazing. The food wasn't Haitian. We had a few Haitian little treats here and there as far as the food was concerned, but not majorly traditional. I got to tell you, back to the designer and even Garcelle, afterwards they kept the market open when everybody else had left because they had their, their security guards and everything. And they went around taking pictures of the jewelry, of the bags for social media. And what that does to somebody who has a booth there is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
The fashion designer, can't remember her name. I would love. I should have refreshed my memory. She went around. She says, "I want this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece for tomorrow's photo shoot. Bye." Things like that. That's amazing. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it was definitely a weekend of upliftment, of community, of support, of us sharing a heritage. And there are Haitians there that looked as African as they come, and Haitians there that looked as white as they come,
Oh,
and
wow.
everybody in between. Yeah, but everybody, we just had that base, that language. We even had the Haitians there that don't speak the language, and we had they had translator kits, and it was just, they thought of everything. This is such a classy event, and it was nice to see that our sisters came together to put such an amazing event together. And they called out their husbands and their sons, the people who were working the doors, because we did have the Haitian men. Everybody there was Haitian, right? And even the husbands were there. Everybody was there. It was just, and the babies, and there were generations of women coming, mom, dad, and mom, baby, and grandma, and it was just beautiful to be a part. This is only the second time I went, but I'm going for life. It was just amazing.
Darlene.
Catalina says it was a remarkable event.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Carmel, there was there any mention of what's going on in Ohio?
Very, very little, because
Okay.
we did not, because we know that's so not true and not
Okay.
us. We didn't really give it much
Energy.
attention.
Okay.
Right. There was a short film that somebody had produced, and those were the first words that were uttered, from what that man said. And
Mm-hmm.
then it was a beautiful short film of a woman and her daughter hearing it and being really sad that this is what people think of them. And her mother said, "Come on, we're going on a trip." And they show how long it took them. They're in Haiti. The setting is in Haiti. It showed how long it took for them to get to their location. And the final location was where the Haitians fought and got their independence in 1804, making us the first Black country to be independent and free. And it was just liberating for the young girl and her mother to be there after hearing those untruths that were being spoken of us. So, but no, we didn't really talk about it. If somebody mentioned it, we're like, "Why are you giving that story energy? Like, why?
Right.
Like, that's
Right.
not what this is about."
Yeah, because that's the real problem people have, is that they kicked the greatest army's ass at the time, and they had to go back home with their tail between their legs. And you certainly couldn't say that you just got beat. You had to make up some stories about folks to explain why, without the same technology, they were able to beat them and
Yes,
send
but it
them
was the unity.
back.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
that sounds beautiful. As you were
And
talking, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I was just gonna add, and that's why Haiti's so poor, because they've been paying for it since. But
That's right.
anyway, go ahead.
That's right. No, as you were talking, it just dawned on me. Like, I was like, oh shoot. So my best friend from elementary school, there were three of us, and she's a doctor now. She's Haitian. It's when you were talking about the different hues, right? Because she was really light, but she was Haitian doctor, and then the first boy I ever kissed, he was on the darker side. I was 9, he was 13, but he was Haitian. And he was my neighbor from downstairs. And then one of my former lovers, who I'm still in touch with, but he's like yay high to my shoulder, is also he's also Haitian. It's like, I think outside of Panamanians, I've probably been around Haitians the most. When I think about
Wow.
Panamanians and Jamaicans and Haitians are
Mhm.
the people I've been around the most from the Caribbean.
Oh,
So
wow, wow. Yeah, so it
yeah.
was, yeah, that's always beautiful to see. And I know a lot of Black culture is made up of all hues, right? That's just the nature of where we come from.
Yes.
But there was something so beautiful about seeing all of us sisters in the same room, and we look so different, and yet we have this common thing that ties us together. You know, that we spoke not too long ago about the terms like African American, Black American,
Mhm.
and how I feel like I'm so much at home with these women than a room full of Black American people where I never felt like I belong, and here I do. Like,
Mhm.
and I don't know if you've ever been around Haitian families. Haitian moms are very abrasive, very abrasive. Example, like my mother, I would be like, "You smell that?" And my mother would be like, "Your lips are too close to your nose, and that's what you smell, right?" Like, and and it would just shoot out. And for anybody else, it would sound very harsh, and we'd be like, but they're very abrasive. And and hearing some of the comments over the weekend, it was just kind of like, yeah, they're Haitian. We got some tough skin. We got some tough skin. There's no gentle parenting around here. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you heard it all coming up, and we did too. Like, it was interesting. So yeah, that
Oh,
was a
that
taste
sounds
of
like such a good weekend. And you came
it.
back, you're good, you're rested, ready to go.
Yeah, and made really beautiful contacts because everybody was just so about supporting each other. So I'm anxious to get in there and just like make more connections with some of the people that I met over the weekend. So yeah, my sister did great out there with the book, talking about the book. People were so like, what? Okay, I need a copy. You know, it was just amazing. Wow, mom, he's like, so you know what we're
I
talking about?
yeah, that was said in my family as well. Not quite with the same harshness, but it was
Hmm,
definitely the same phrasing in a different way. Where they get these things from, I don't even know.
I know. Funny.
Like who started these
Oh.
things? Oh my gosh, ladies, everybody had such a good full weekend. I want to say I know it's they have breast cancer month in the same. I don't there's too much to keep track of with all these months, but also
Mhm.
to let folks know that October is also domestic violence awareness month. And I don't wear that particular hat as a survivor or anything very often, but just to let everyone know that this month is that month where we try to bring awareness to domestic violence that's happening. It's not just something that happens to women, it can happen to anyone. There are many, many men, I've known
Mhm.
them, who
Mhm.
have been in very abusive relationships. So just tacking that on to breast Cancer Awareness Month. Why they put them in the same month, I don't know, but they are. So be aware of that, and we'll try to add some links for breast cancer and domestic violence awareness in our description on YouTube for people who are looking for information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you guys, I think we have had a lively discussion. We are back, y'all, and we will be back here on Friday. Yes, we'll be back
Friday.
here on Friday, and we'll be back to our regular topics, whatever that may be when we come back on Friday.
Yep.
So,
Good.
other than that, thank you all for joining us tonight, and we will see you on Friday. Take care, guys.
11:30-ish. 11:30-ish.
11:30-ish, closer to 12 probably, because Jemecia probably has some other meeting she done scheduled. But anyway,
Bye,
we'll see
y'all.
y'all. Bye, guys.
Bye.